Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with Ruben Rodriguez, who's the president, MSC Cruises USA. And we're here to talk to Ruben about a major announcement that MSC just made. And we're going to talk in general about what's going on with the line. I was lucky enough to go last year on on MSC Seashore, which you can see in the background. I put that up in his honor. Although the news today is actually about another ship. So you're going to find out about that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Ruben, first of all, as we were saying, you're actually up in New York right now because you just got done with a lot of media opportunities for this big announcement, which we're going to talk about in a second.
That's right. Hi, James. It's great to see you, and it's great to see your audience. Great to be with you all. We're very excited about our New York announcement. Should I go ahead and tell
that's
your audience a little more?
That is the big announcement, is that you are finally going to be sailing out of New York, Brooklyn to be specific, with MSC Meraviglia, which has done a little work in New York before that. But this is going to take place when? It's in July 2024?
It's actually, no, it's starting sooner than that. So Meraviglia will be home porting in New York as of April of next year.
April, much sooner, in the spring.
April of 23. So we're very excited about it. As you know, Meraviglia is a beautiful ship, and we have a wide diversity of itineraries we're going to be offering our guests. It'll be year-round cruising from New York. We'll have 6, 7, 8 night itineraries, 10 and 11 night itineraries, many itineraries heading south to the Bahamas and to our beautiful private island destination, Ocean Key Marine Reserve in Nassau, and calls in Miami, calls in Port Canaveral. We also will have in the summer cruises to Bermuda, 6 night cruises to Bermuda with 3 days in King's Wharf. And in the fall, we'll have, in the autumn, we'll have fall foliage cruises to New England and to Canada, visiting beautiful ports, Boston, Newport, Portland, Maine, and up in Canada, we'll visit Charlottetown and Prince Edward Island. We'll visit Sydney and Halifax in Nova Scotia, St. John and New Brunswick. So we're excited. Those are 10 and 11 night cruises. So now nice, beautiful cruises. And then tomorrow they all open for sale all this summer. 2023 cruises through the fall, and we're developing exciting itineraries for the winter as well. We'll probably have longer itineraries in the winter, 10 and 11 nights to the Caribbean that we hope to offer as well. So we're going deeper south in the Caribbean. So we're very excited about New York.
That's great news. I know I have to admit that I'm old enough to remember when MSC tried to get it to New York a long time ago and was going to do Bermuda cruises, but something happened and they didn't end up doing it. And now it sounds like you're doing a heck of a lot more. It almost sounds like you need another ship there. You're doing so many different types of cruises from Bermuda to Canada to the Caribbean, all being done by MSC Meraviglia. But it sounds great. And again, it's April 2023, and the bookings go on sale on March, or went on sale. When this comes out, it'll be March 9th. So congratulations on that. I know you're going to get a lot more visibility, even more visibility in New York.
Yeah, no, we're excited about it. We actually consulted with our advisory board, with our travel agent advisory board, and they helped us. They gave us great feedback on the itineraries, on the terminal, on the ship. Meraviglia is a very popular ship. As you know, this is the ship that we relaunched last summer in the US from Miami. It's a ship that's enjoyed very high guest satisfaction scores since we relaunched. Our guests love it. As the heart of the ship is Galleria Meraviglia, beautiful long promenade with multi-height, with beautiful LED dome ceiling and a wide variety of great restaurants and bars and shops and cafes right off that Galleria. So beautiful ship, many amenities, a destination in and of itself, and a ship that's well suited for sailing from New York. As you know, you were on board Seashore last year, and it's in your background there. Seashore is a fantastic ship, but Seashore really is a ship designed for more pure Caribbean cruising and sailing from warmer ports like Miami. It has a lot of outdoor space, very close to the sea. I think Meraviglia is a great ship for New York.
Well, indeed. I remember when Meraviglia came through New York, and I actually had dinner on board. So it is a great ship. It's a really beautiful, beautiful vessel. And as are most of your ships. I mean, you have beautifully new new ships, and it's really always a pleasure to get on them. And of course, you mentioned your private island, which was new. I was there just before COVID, and
Mhm.
had a lovely time exploring the island, and then we were just there again for the christening of Seashore. So
Yeah, it's
that was
amazing how much
beautiful.
greener it is.
Yeah, no, it really the
Yeah.
foliage has grown in, and it's looking even more island-like than before. It was before, but now it's really starting to fill in.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
let's talk about let's talk about MSC cruises today. How many total ships do you have right now?
So as you know, we continue to grow through the pandemic. We added to our fleet during the pandemic. We had two new ships launched last year, MSC Virtuosa and MSC Seashore, and so we're up to 19 ships.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
of which, and as you know, it's a very modern fleet. A lot of those ships are relatively recent and large modern ships. And out of those 19 ships, we already have 13 operating. We expect all of them to be operating by the end of the year across many areas, Mediterranean, Caribbean, South America, South Africa, the Red Sea, the Arabian Gulf. So really the only major regions we normally cruise in that are not yet operating are China and the Far East.
Right.
But we continue to grow. We have two beautiful ships that will debut this year. We have MSC Seascape, a sister to Seashore, that will, as you know, will come to Miami. That'll join the fleet at the end of this year. And also our next generation ship, MSC World Europa,
Right.
will launch at the end of this year, which is an extremely modern ship with remarkable sustainability technology. So it's an LNG ship and a very modern profile and a very modern design side. So we're very excited about the growing fleet. So we'll be at 21 by the end of this year, and we have more to come.
Yeah, and I know when we were down at the Seashore christening during the event, you all mentioned that you hope to be maybe as very soon the #2 cruise line in the world. You certainly are the largest privately owned cruise line, but a lot of people, do not realize how big you are, and you will be at 21 ships literally by the end of the year, right?
Yeah, relatively not only 21 ships, but pretty modern large ships with many amenities. So we are now the third largest and fastest growing cruise line.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've been watching it for a long time, and I've sailed on you a lot, and you have some amazingly friendly travel advisor policies. And I know the
We
advisors know
love our
that.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
we love our travel advisors, and they're such a key part. As I mentioned to you, we're very grateful for the great advice we got from our travel advisors for this New York deployment. Where New York's an example of a decision that we're excited about because it benefits both us and our advisors. New York already represents an important source market. Excuse me, for us. We already welcome a lot of New Yorkers to our ships, both in the Caribbean and in the Mediterranean, and even South America. But now we'll make it so much more accessible for them, right? To sail, to be able to drive or take a train to the port, if they're anywhere in the Northeast. And we're also excited about the New York market because it's an opportunity for our guests in other parts of the U.S. and certainly in Europe to easily travel to a major destination, right, where there's plenty of airlift, plenty of options, and to add a stay in New York a few days before or after, making a more extensive holiday, a more expensive
sure.
vacation. So for our guests, for our travel partners, it just offers a lot of choice.
Well, as you know, being there, New York is back, and people are there and coming, and a lot of travelers coming in now. And we think we're pretty much back. And I'm based in the New York area, so I'm a little partial to it. So it's going to be great to see your ship cruising in New York Harbor, just
Yeah,
out
we're
there
excited
in
about it.
Brooklyn, right?
Yes, we're excited about it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I saw you will be cruising out of Brooklyn, which is interesting. That you're going out of there, but that's a great cruise going out underneath the Verrazzano Bridge, and then either up to Canada, over to Bermuda, or down to the Caribbean. So that's going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know MSC Cruises was one of the first back in the water last year. It really was in
Yes.
the Med. How has business been during COVID as you kind of emerged gradually for last year? And then what does 2022 look like?
So as you know, we were the first in 2020, actually in the Mediterranean, and that was a remarkable start. And we added multiple ships, and then we started cruising from the Caribbean in the summer of 2021, and I was amazed at how rapidly we had bookings come in. Often for cruises that were about to start in 2 to 3 weeks, none of us ever expected to have so much demand so near in. So we had very, very good demand for our cruises, and we quickly, after launching from Miami, we added our second home port, Canaveral. So that was exciting, and we saw, I think the guests really were eager to get out there. Our guest satisfaction scores were very high, and Ocean Key proved to be perfect for this period because it's an extension of the social bubble of the ship, and it's a pristine, beautiful location where guests can really relax and enjoy and be outdoors. We, of course, had some softening of demand during the Delta variant, right? In the fall. Then we had a fantastic November, actually. We saw great growth in bookings and many engaged travel partners as well in November. And of course, then we all had Omicron, and that meant another slowdown. And in these periods, we've had very strong marketing that, of course, supports traffic to all our channels, to our travel partners, all our channels. But we paused that marketing both during the Delta variant and Omicron. But now we restarted our marketing a few weeks ago at the end of February, and we're seeing continuous growth in bookings, and we're excited about that. It's coming in pretty close in. People are still booking spring break, even March and April, and the summer bookings that are starting to build are building are earlier summer rather than late summer. But it's a great time to book a summer vacation. There's great options, great value, and we're providing a lot of flexibility to guests, and that's a key selling point that travel agents should take advantage of. The flexibility we provide up to 48 hours before the cruise, they could change their plans. We understand now that kind of flexibility is very important, so we provide that. So we're excited to see continued growth this year, and hope to see this continued abatement of the pandemic sustain, and that we don't have another surge.
Yeah, well, I know the pandemic seems to be we finally seem to be coming out of that. Guess what? Now we, of course, have this other situation with the war in Ukraine, and it may be too soon to tell what effect that's going to be. But are you seeing any kind of effect, especially to your Europe bookings right now?
It's too soon to tell, as you said. There is a little softening for Northern Europe. That's not a large part of a deployment, but we do have ships in Northern Europe, so there's a little bit of softening of demand for that, for sure. But as you know, we have, besides this Caribbean options we offer from Miami and Canaveral, we have, a very strong presence in the Mediterranean. We have more exotic cruises in the Arabian Gulf, the Red Sea. We have our wrapping up now our South American season. So we're pretty diversified. So we're seeing some softening in Northern Europe, and we did, of course, modify those itineraries for this coming summer. They will no longer call on St. Petersburg.
It's such a shame, but it has to be done, I guess, at this point. I mean, everybody is out of Russia now. The whole situation is almost unbelievable, but hopefully we can get through this. We'll see what happens. Now, I did have a question. You do have a new sister company, Explorer Journeys, launching actually about the same time that you're launching from New York. So we're going to be a luxury cruise line. Do you see that this will have any impact on your kind of luxury product? I'm talking about right now the Yacht Club. Yes.
The Yacht Club is very popular, particularly with Americans, actually, and our travel agents are very strong contributors to our Yacht Club bookings. We think it's fantastic. We think it's very complementary, Explorer Journeys with Yacht Club. As you know, the Yacht Club is a luxury ship within a ship, so it is very high touch, great service levels. Dedicated butler, a fantastic, flawless concierge service. Exclusive dining and bar and pool areas, but it is in the context of a large contemporary ship that has all the children's amenities, the water parks, the ropes courses, the large variety of technology and sports and dining options, and Broadway style theater. And our Yacht Club does welcome families. So our Yacht Club is a great opportunity for families that are or groups that are looking for luxury but want to do that in the context of a large ship that has all those amenities. Explorer Journeys, of course, is a very exclusive luxury brand with smaller ships that, on the one hand, couldn't possibly have that variety, but can, on the other hand, provide itineraries that access ports and locations that the larger ships wouldn't be able to reach. So we see it as very complementary, and we think there'll be a lot of consumers that want to enjoy both types of vacations, depending on the occasion, depending on who they're traveling with, depending on the time of the year.
No, absolutely. And of course, as you said, the magic word families clearly would be MSC cruises would be where they would go if they even if they want to stay in the yacht club and things like that. Now, one of the things about MSC is I've always thought of it as a premium, you know, cruise line. Where do you see yourself in the market, and who do you think are your competitors right now?
So we are a contemporary brand. We offer great cruise options for families. We offer great value. So we do see ourselves as a contemporary brand. But the consumers, the guests that love MSC, that tend to, you know, frankly give us the highest ratings, tend to come back, tend to sail with us again and again, and more destinations tend to, through their travel agents, build a strong long-term relationship. They tend to be, more sophisticated voyagers that like to really immerse themselves in destinations, really immerse themselves in new cultures. The families that sail with us tend to be learning families, the kind of families whose parents love it, that the kids are, agree, playing and building friendships with kids from all over the world in our
Sure.
yacht club. I'm sorry, in our kids clubs, in our yacht clubs, in our kids clubs, and
Well,
and
maybe
also,
that's a new innovation, Ruben, with it. You got to
there
have a
you
yacht
go.
club and the kids club, right?
There you go. There you go. And also, what we call open-minded explorers. Our guests really are explorers. So we are a contemporary brand, but we have a strong European heritage and design in our ships and experience, and a strong international character. Even the ships in the Caribbean have a lot of guests from all over the world, and our guests welcome that, especially from Miami, and we expect that from New York as well. Um, and also, a deployment opportunity that's global, that's quite significant.
Yeah, you do definitely have that. You're one of the few I know that go down to South America, and you're also going into the Gulf, places that are not usual for other contemporary brands that we're
We're
more
even a
familiar.
market leader in South Africa, James.
Right, right, exactly. That's good. Thank you for mentioning that. Now many travel advisors know MSC Cruises because you did launch with a lot of very friendly travel advisor policies and procedures. But there's probably still a few out there that don't know you so well. Why should they sell MSC Cruises today? And what are the key selling points for the product, and also because of the travel advisor policies that you do have?
So as you know, first, in terms of the brand and the offer, as I mentioned, it's very differentiated. It is a contemporary brand, but it's a contemporary brand with a strong European heritage, with a very international character, with a rich diversity of itineraries. A remarkable opportunity to go from, you can trial MSC now in a 3 or 4 day cruise out of Port Canaveral, or a short cruise out of Miami, and you can gradually build to longer cruises from Miami or from New York. You can go then to the Mediterranean, to Northern Europe. You can have really exotic cruises. So there's a great laddering of cruises and experiences, which is great for the guests and great for a travel agent. And of course, laddering of experiences on board, such
Right.
as, our Aurea experience, our yacht club experience, etc. So there's uniqueness in the brand and in the offer that I think appeals to certain guests, and is a great fit for our travel advisors that have those among their clients. And in terms of our travel programs, frankly, the best thing to do is to come on board. We have so many programs to bring our travel agents on board, whether it's our family, and we've expanded those this year. So
Right.
your audience, our travel partners that are watching this, you absolutely contact their MSC BDMs, or even Chris Anderson, our VP, or Denise Ryken, or me, or
I know, Chris.
Ken Muscat, and you can contact any of us. We have so many familiarization trips. We have travel agent rates. We have the Get On Board program for travel agents to come on board after they sail a number of cruises. So great opportunities to experience the product, to really live it. And of course, we have programs accessible through MSC Book and all our channels for our travel partners to really get to know the brand, which is constantly evolving. We're constantly adding more experiences on board, more experiences in Ocean Key, and particularly in our new ships.
Yeah, well, Ocean Key
The
is
other
is really a
differentiator,
highlight. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the one other differentiator I would highlight is that, as a brand, as a company, as a group, MSC Group is very committed to sustainability, and we make very large investments in that. As you know, Ocean Key is a marine reserve, and it's a very
Sure.
differentiated private island that's very true to nature and true to the Bahamas. And our ships, every one of our new ships has the latest technologies, whether it's exhaust gas cleaning, or energy conservation, or noise abatement, or water treatment. Really strong investments and a commitment on our part to have net zero emissions by 2050, and large investments behind that. We are literally investing in R&D with suppliers and academic institutions in fuel cells and hydrogen to power
Right.
cruise ships. We're investing in these technologies because we believe it's a fundamental mandate for all of us to make the world better for the next generation. So we're working hard on that, and it's very evidence. In fact, in Ocean Key, we have a partnership with the University of Miami and Nova Southeastern University to develop and propagate supercoral that is more resistant to global warming.
Mm-hmm.
There's an ecological crisis in the coral systems around the world because of global warming, and we're trying to do what we can to find solutions.
No, absolutely, and I did see evidence of that when we were down at Ocean Key last year for the christening. So it's great. You have large ships, but they're all sustainable, and the policies they follow seem to be the way to go. Now, just to close this out, is there anything else you want to tell our 100,000 travel advisors out there about both this New York announcement or MSC in general?
No, I just want to thank our advisors for their amazing support of MSC. I want to thank them for their perseverance and resilience through the very difficult 2 years we've all had in the pandemic. It's certainly been very challenging for all of us, and it's we've had to because of the pandemic cancel a lot of cruises, process a lot of refunds, process a lot of future cruise credits, right? And that's challenging for everyone, and no one expected the volume that we got of all that, and it was often challenging. But we're on the other side of it, very committed to our travel partners, very committed to our guests, and very committed to growth in the U.S. And we can't wait to welcome both our advisors and many more guests on board, whether it's in Miami, Canaveral, or next year in New York.
Where can travel advisors go to learn more about MSC Cruises and its programs and policies, at least for the trade?
The best place is MSC Book and their BDMs and all of us at MSC Cruises.
That's fantastic. Well, once again, Ruben, congratulations on this New York announcement. You're finally in the Big Apple. Took a while, but you're there. You've made a few stops here and there, but looks like you got a full program starting next April and bookable when this comes out, it's bookable right now. So it'll be interesting to see how you get, and I think it'll be a great visibility for the line. I know that has been an issue with some consumers who may not know you, and I always tell people it's the newest cruise line around. You got to take a look at this. They have some great options, and once they discover you, I think they'll find that it is a wonderful way to cruise. So again, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, and thank all of you for your support.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel.